And it might be one of my new favorite things, even though a bug just landed in this one. Namaste and good morning, everyone. This is our 5th day of hiking today on the Annapurna Circuit, and we are starting off today in Upper Pasang. We're just walking out of the village after a hearty wheat porridge, and we're going to Nawal today, which is about a 6-hour trek. It's about half the distance to Manang, which is where people usually go when they're doing this trek. But we just wanted to kind of take it easy today. So we're just gonna go half the way, rest, and then take another rest day in Manang. So we are just walking through Upper Pasang, and people are burning juniper in old paint cans, and it's just, the whole town smells like juniper. It's a very nice way to start off the morning. Beautiful mountains all around us, and yeah, here's the little gateway out of Upper Pasang. So thanks for joining us today as we walk through these beautiful Himalayan mountains. Yo. We're about an hour outside of Upper Pasang, and we've finally approached the infamous switchbacks up to Ghyaru. So supposedly there's stories of an old lady up here selling apple pie and yak cheese for 100 rupees. So that would be amazing if it's true. So here is the trail over. There's a bridge coming up over here, and then the switchbacks go all the way up to the top of that hill. So it doesn't look so bad, but apparently this is where a lot of people start to get their first showings of the altitude. I think I'm gonna be fine, but maybe that's just me being cocky. So let's see how we do here. A little bit of a traffic jam up here. This is gonna take forever. So these switchbacks form kind of a choke point because everyone takes a break at the bottom and then kind of leaves at the same time. So it's been a struggle passing everybody because it's pretty slow going. But I can see why people talk about this path so much. It is tricky. Well, not tricky, it's just difficult, especially first thing in the morning, but almost there. Not gonna lie, this is kicking my butt a little bit. So we found the apple pie lady, but her prices had gone up, so $2.50 for an apple pie, and it was cold, and it is maybe sitting out for a couple days, and I pulled a long black hair out of it. So I honestly, it was hard to eat it. So I would recommend maybe not getting the apple pie. She sells fresh apples and all sorts of other snacks. So, and she has a beautiful view of just this valley here. So well worth a stop. It was kind of a madhouse because there were maybe 50 people at our tiny little guest house, but it was a welcome break for a tea and a little bite to eat. So she says maybe another 20 minutes until we reach the top of these switchbacks, and then smooth sailing all the way to Manang. So it should be an easy rest of the day today. After this, you can tell it's like having a hard time just talking and walking, but easy time after this, and then downhill and flat for the rest of the day. Finally got to the top, and I found our first block of yak cheese. So let's see how this stuff holds up. Okay, no flavor at first, but then it's quite salty. Wow, and it has the flavor ramps up in it. It's very like almost like a Gouda almost. It's quite delicious. This was 300 rupees. They say 300 grams. I don't know if she just said that, but I kind of feel like she did. But it's quite delicious. We're walking through the upper part of Ghyaru, and this town feels old. Every building is just made of stacked stone and wood. And they're big, they're multiple stories tall, which is very hard to do with this kind of construction. And it was like revolutionary in the Americas when the American Indians were able to build multiple stories. So it's very impressive, this whole town, and it's quite large and still inhabited. So there's smoke coming out of all these chimneys and laundry hanging. An amazing, quiet town, which is such a contrast from the throngs of trekkers that we've been passing every day. It's almost deserted here. Just amazing little slice of peace today. But here, I think, is coming up to the end of the town. We're going to be walking this way and then traversing the mountain here. And as you can see, the terrain is turning more into desert as we're leaving the pines and the junipers behind. So 2 more hours until we stop tonight, and we'll see you there. Today has certainly been a day with one of the most spectacular mountain views from Upper Pisang to Ghyaru, and now moving onwards. You can really appreciate the magnitude of these Himalayan mountains. They're just spectacular. see the village of Ghyaru and that little stupa we were taking a rest at. It's right there on the hillside. There's the stupa, and we've walked in a big circle around this bowl here with these amazing views, and we keep passing these stone shrines with inscriptions carved into the stone. And who knows how old these are, but they look very old, and there's many, many, many of them. More and more as we continue to ascend in these mountains. I just thought I'd take a second and share this view with you guys. This is kind of the tip of the valley where you can see all the way down to where we just were. This way. We walked all the way from down there, and we continue over there. So I'm gonna stop hogging the spot, but yeah, amazing view. Just had a little pit stop, and there was a guy selling chocolate. I think it's supposed to be a croissant, but it is just a chocolate bun. I couldn't really recommend it, but I thought I had to give it a try. Maybe 30 more minutes until we get to where we're going for the night, and I can finally take what I'm ashamed to say is my first shower of the trek. So, see you there. We've just rounded the corner, and out of nowhere appears the town that we're going to be sleeping in tonight of Nawal. Every town that we've been going through lately has these big gates that you walk through. So at the beginning of the town there's a map. There's apparently a gumpa, so a monastery, and different hotels. So this is where we're going to be spending the night tonight. It was a nice, really nice walk. I would honestly, if you have time, recommend it because it's still quite far to Manang of just long, flat trails. So it can be pretty tiring. But here we are in Nawal, where we're going to spend the night. We've just arrived at the Hotel Peaceful in Nawal. I think it took us about 4 or 5 hours. It wasn't a long distance, but it was very steep with many switchbacks. So it took us quite a while to get here, but I'm happy we're staying because most people are going on to Manang. Here I ordered my first yak tea, and I've put a lot of sugar in it, but before it was quite very buttery and salty flavored, but now it kind of tastes like a salted caramel or toffee or something like this. And it might be one of my new favorite things, even though a bug just landed in this one. Eat all the protein you can get when you're trekking. We ordered some papadam just as a snack, and she brought us 10 of these massive papadams. So I've just finished doing my laundry and having a quick nap, And now we're walking through the village of Nawal. And it seems that it is a less frequented stop on the Annapurna Circuit because I think I've only seen 2 other people that are staying here. There's a French couple at our guest house, and I just saw another French guy walking around at the monastery. But other than that, it's very quiet, and it's another very, very old village. And the center point is they have these massive old trees at the center of town. One that is just totally decked out in prayer flags, and another that is right here that I'm walking to. And there's a large temple sprouting out from it. It looks like the tree has cracked it. It looks 1,000 years old. I'll show you. So that was the center of town. It looks like not even very many local people live here. Maybe we've seen 20 or 30. So very quiet town. It looks to have seen a lot busier days, but I think that most people just walk directly to Manang. And maybe since the road is here and there's less foot traffic, it's been much more quiet. But if you have the extra day to spare, I would definitely recommend staying here for an evening, for a night. There's also this big, long staircase that goes up to a Buddha and up to a stupa at the very top. Many stairs after that long day of hiking, but really spectacular village, and it's old. It's all old, these old stone buildings, and you can tell where they've been damaged, but it looks like they're doing a very good job of repairing the damage from the earthquake. So everything's looking back, I'm sure, like it did many years ago. So thanks for walking around this cute little town with me. Here are those 2 massive junipers that are in the middle of town. I've never seen junipers this size before. You can see it behind me. Point you at them. And there's this prayer wall going all the way down. And flags, all over these trees, so they must have a huge significance. I mean, it's not every day that you see a juniper, a massive juniper like that. So, and they're burning juniper incense every day. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a story behind that tree, and I'd love to learn a little bit more about it. It's getting quite windy here. Kailani's in bed, but I decided to go for a little walk because the sun is setting behind the mountains, and it's really the best time to be around them. And you can just see them all so beautifully in this kind of purplish haze. I don't know if this camera is going to do justice to these mountains. It's not. But it's very quiet in this little town that we're staying in. and it's amazing to escape the crowds that have been kind of following us around this the whole time. So maybe we'll do this more often, just stay in the town before or ahead of the main circuit, because it's not, I mean, this is definitely by far my favorite night of the whole trek so far, just with this view of these mountains, and it's very quiet. And I think the quiet is the best way to experience a place like this. So, not to say that the lodges aren't very fun when they're boisterous and filled with other trekkers, but I think it is important to just be quiet and alone with these mountains when you can. So there they are. All right, I'm gonna take my own advice and be quiet now, but I'll see you for dinner. For dinner tonight, egg, cheese, veggie momos, which are the best we've had so far. The cheese is like sharp, very strong, you can taste it. And veg curry, because I've been eating so many carbs. It's a veggie. But dinner tonight. See you guys later. Hey guys, shameless plug here. I actually wrote a guidebook for the Annapurna Circuit so that you can do it with no guide, just like we did. It's a one-stop shop full of all the information that you're gonna need. So check it out, links in the bio. It's only $5. Thanks a lot.